Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Sean at Milfin Money. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to do a cash stuffing of about $430 that I have in cash over here, and that'll go towards our sinking funds and some savings challenges or trackers in those sinking funds. In addition to that, I did have some additional cash in a couple of my other binders that I needed to allocate, and that came from a cash unstuffing that I filmed earlier. So we'll get into all of that today. And so I want to start with counting my cash. And so let's get that stacked up here and see what we've got. We should have about $430, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. So that's $140 in 20s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 20, I'm sorry, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. Woo, it has been a long day. Sorry, y'all. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. And then in our fives, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So $10 in ones. All right, so we do indeed have $430. I hope you can see that. And so what we're going to do now is we'll go ahead and start jumping into our binders. Our first binder is going to be our high priority kids binder. I did stuff this recently, but I also had this money allocated from my check that I had already budgeted for that I needed to add into my binders here. So I'll move our calculator out of the way. I think for the most part, I have a pretty good plan, but let me just make sure. So here I have my cash planning, one of my cash planning breakdown binders. What I do in this one is this one's really convenient because it aligns directly with the bundle that I have here that came from TS Budget. So it just makes it super easy to break down the cash. And then I added some additional categories down here at the bottom part, if you can see that. But this cash breakdown directly follows the bundle. It parallels with it. It pairs well with it so that it makes it easier. So almost every category, looks like all the categories that I'm going to be stuffing today for my high priority are going to be $10. Just makes it super easy for me to stuff this. All right, so it should be every one of these, and these are 10 categories in this specific binder, so that's perfect. And if I remember correctly from when I stuffed it before, some of these categories did not get stuffed, but this will allow me to do that, so I'm very excited. So anyway, we're going to stuff $10. Like I said, we'll keep it very simple. I think we're allocating that in tens, and so I'm going to just take my sheet out and put it next to me so that I'm certain I'm following it. All right, so for the first category, we're just going to follow it. Everything's getting 10, so I don't need to go line for line. So this is school gifts and appreciation. And the first four, 1, 2, 3, 4, that equals 10. I did this before, so it makes it super easy. So we'll just go ahead and mark off those. We'll grab a 10. And that's pretty much how we're going to do all of these. So $10 for school gifts, like that. My 10 got a little bent in there. Whoopsies. Okay. So that is school gifts. And we'll go ahead and mark that off. Next, we have fundraisers and events. Here is my marker right here in front of me. And we're going to do $10 for that one as well. So that's events and fundraisers. And that gets a 10. I'm so excited to finally be able to prioritize all of these categories. I can't wait to see everything grow. And I hope that you're able to get through some of your savings goals as well. Let me know how that's going for you guys. This next category is going to get 10, and it's for school pictures. I swear that's one of the things that always seems to catch me off guard, no matter the fact that you get like advance notice and you know when school pictures are going to happen. I always seem to be behind with that for some reason. So really excited. All of these categories are perfect for the needs of both of my kids, especially this next one. First car. My son is 15. He's my oldest, and will be preparing for his first car. So, of course, this won't immediately fulfill purchasing the first car, but some of the needs that come along with that, definitely I can use this category and this savings for that. So first car got 10, and then we'll go ahead and mark that off. For allowance, we'll do 10 as well. All right. And so moving into the next category, we're going to do $10 more. I didn't really think about how that was going to work, but we're just going to mark the 10 down here because none of these are going to give us 10 exactly. But thankfully, there is a $10 spot down at the bottom. And then we'll just add another 10 to this, like so. And that is for savings. So let's mark that off. Next we have birthday. We'll do the exact same thing. $10 there. All right. And so birthday. Next is clothing. So let's get into that. And we'll add our 10. All right, and then we have education. And this, I think, is, like I said before, mostly what I'm looking forward to using this envelope for, or this savings for, is just miscellaneous fees that come up here and there that I may not be privy to immediately, but it will save me, sort of like a buffer for whatever school events might come up, or school things, not just events. So that's education. Let's mark that off. $10 went into that. And we did do clothing, so let me mark that. And I think we forgot to check off allowance, but we did do allowance earlier. Okay. And so the last category is going to be sports. Boy, do I need that. I just finished paying a $800 registration fee for my son's football season, and then right after that we had fundraisers, and yeah, so very expensive. All right, and so we did $10 in sports, and so that should complete our $100 towards high priority kids binder. All right, so moving into our next category, it looks like we're going to go right into holiday. I did recently stuff some of this, some items in my holiday binder from my unstuffing my mini challenges that I completed. So we're going to kind of pick up where we left off. We're done with Father's Day. We're going to go forward with $80 into our holidays. And so with the $80, each of these icons is $10 for each of the holidays. And so what I figured I'd do is I'll just go through and put $20 per category. And that should give us $80. So let me grab some markers, some fun colors to use. I do have a green that could be for Christmas, and then for Halloween. Sorry about the super loud truck. I'll do purple. And then for Thanksgiving, we can do this little mustard color. Not that they all need to be color coordinated, but it's just fun. All right, so for 4th of July, like I said, $20 per should be sufficient. That looks more like a pink, but whatever. So apparently there's a lot of work going on next door. I think they are doing some yard work, which my oldest and I will be doing here momentarily after I finish filming. There is a live that I want to catch around, I'm going to do that in 20s, I believe. Yeah, all 20s. There is a live that I want to catch at 3 today, so in about an hour or so. And that's from one of my favorites, Izzy Budgets. She has some new launch items that I'm eager to check out. All right, so $20 into 4th of July, Halloween. We're going to do 20 for this. Color into little ghosties with their cute cells. All right, and we'll add our 20. All right, and so then for Thanksgiving, this is our first addition to Thanksgiving. So we're going to do $20 for that. Let's color in 2 pumpkins here. We'll add 20. And I have a fall binder. We usually spend a lot around Thanksgiving, the fall season. That's like the sales and the events, and it's just nonstop. So even though Thanksgiving has a category here, I do have a fall binder that I usually stuff, and I'm probably going to start doing that in the month of July. I really want to fund my spending habits, but also, of course, I want to fund all the things that I know are going to come up, and I don't want to pull from my savings to do that. So I'm just going to start saving ahead. All right. So I've got 2 icons colored for Christmas. And we're going to put a 20 in there. Let's use a better 20. Somewhat better. All right. And just like that, we have completed our stuffing for our holiday binder. So we'll mark that off. All right, guys. So that's that. Really excited. It's getting a little thick, but we can handle it. That MILF and Money binder. Okay. Sorry if that got a little crazy there. Okay. So next we're going to go into our monthly 2025 savings. And we're going to do $50 for that one. We'll be jumping ahead. Let me close my binder here. We recently stuffed this, but we're jumping ahead still to complete what we can. So June is done. So I'm going to take this little marker, bookmark out. We are now in July with the savings. And looking at my tracker for July, I may have to move forward because I do have $50 and I don't have $50 on this tracker. So let's move to August. I'm pretty sure I have something I can work with there. Yeah, so we'll do the 20 and the 30, and that will give us $50 for August, which makes that super simple. We're ahead anyway, so this is very good for us. So let me add, I believe I did that in 2 20s and a 10. It should have been, I don't know why I put a 5 there. It should have been 2 20s and a 10. I hope I did that right. So we have, ooh, let me grab a better looking 20. We have 20, 40, 50. And then we'll put our tracker back in there. All right. So that's what we're adding to our monthly savings challenges. And like I said, this one's going to save us $20.25. But I have a head start on this because I had a monthly challenge that I did last year and I didn't complete it. So I just moved all of those funds. I also didn't spend it, which is still a win, but I moved all those funds to this new binder and challenge. Next, we're going to go into our car binder, and we're going to use mostly 10s and 120. For our car binder, we're going to put $100 into car binder here. This is my denim binder. I don't remember exactly which categories we're going to stuff, but I'm assuming the same ones we have been stuffing. I didn't write them out, so let's see. Insurance deductible, I have been very much wanting to get this fulfilled. My insurance just went up because I purchased a new vehicle unexpectedly. So we are going to put $20 into deductible here. And we'll use the 20 for that. All right. Let's see. We still have $80. We'll come back to oil change. I might want to do the two $40 categories, which is one car emergency, and we'll do $40 in that. So let's do 4 10s, 20, I'm sorry, 10, 20, 30, 40. Whew. That was funny. All right, so we're adding $40 to emergency. I'm going to skip new tires. Let's see what we have for car savings. So this is our maintenance savings. I'm going to put the other, let's see, there's $20 for that one. Let's see. Yeah, let's do $20 in car maintenance. We are now at $80 into this binder. Oops, that actually needs to go in the back. And then we have another 20 to spend. So let's see how we want to do that. This is for Jeep maintenance. I haven't started that one yet, so I can do, I think I should do Jeep maintenance, but this one is $15. And I have 20 left, so I have 2 10s. And what I can do is for oil change, I have exactly $20 in oil change, so let's swap. Right? So that's 20 in, 20 out. Yeah. Let's go back here to Jeep maintenance and let's give it the $15, leaving us with 5 that we'll probably just put back in oil change. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So although the new car does not need an oil change anytime soon, the Jeep does. And I think it's due very soon. So now we will have $25 in oil change. We add that last 5. And we now have 25. Okay. All right, so I think that will complete our car savings for that binder. Just verify. Yeah, that looks good. A little sticker fill. All right. Car binder is getting very thick, but there are a lot of categories in there that we absolutely need to fulfill. Next, we're going to do Christmas, and we're only putting $20 into Christmas, and we're doing that in 5s and 1s. So let's see what we can add that to. I don't think I looked, but we have 20 bucks that we can put in here. We may just keep it as simple as possible. And we're just going to do this 20 here, which is in our Grinchmas savings challenge. And what did I say? We have 10 ones and 2 5s. And then I'll get this 20. So 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And so let's add that to what we already have. We will need to cash condense sometime very soon because this is going to require it. Let me look. Our home binder is going to get the next bit of funds, but I wonder, yeah, no. Home binder is very thick as well. Okie dokie. All right, so we're going to put this 20 in what we already have, and then I'll come back and condense this later. All right, and that completes our Christmas savings. So we'll go ahead and mark that off as well. All right, so we are going to jump into our home savings. This is my pale oak binder. I have a couple of these left. If you're interested, they are on my site on Etsy. The link should be below. It's one of my favorites. All right, so we're going to jump into our home series of savings challenges once again. And we have 80 bucks in this category, or in this, and this is mostly going to be in the 10s and 5s that you see here, so that should clean us out there. So we're going to do 25 in the first category, so 10, 20, 25, and let's take this out and see what we got. All right, so 25, add it to this. Sorry if my lighting is changing a bit. The sun is trying to go down some here, so I apologize for that. I'm going to get I used a different marker earlier, and I realized that it is wet erase, and it seems to be disappearing from some of my trackers, which is this one, if you can tell. Yeah. So I'll color that back in, and then the next house for $25. Cool. And then next we have, oh, we're going to do 15 in the home repairs and maintenance section of these challenges. So let's add that in right there. And then we'll color in an additional icon. I'm going to erase that first one because, like I said, I realized that it is dry erase or whatever. Okay. So right now we're at about $40, and I think I calculated this correctly, so we should be okay. We're going to do $10 in this one. And this is for property taxes. Yeah, see that is erasing. So let me recolor that, and let's do the next one. All right, and I think the next challenge will also be 10, yes. So I will put that right in, erase that, and recolor. Okay. And then we have 10 going into our home insurance. Same thing. All right. So every category has gotten something. Oh, we have one more. I'm missing something. Okay. So for this last one, we do have $10 left. So we're going to color in, I'm going to erase the previous, but we're going to color in 2 in unexpected expenses and give it the full $10. So 2 additional icons colored, and that is $10 going into this challenge. And I think we can just slide that in there, right here. All right, and so that completes our home binder. We are making some great progress, almost done. So that is the full $430. And as I stated before, I want to finish up some savings that I had previously started. I paused from what I was saving before because like my previous savings challenges that I was stuffing or sinking funds because I needed to allocate the funds for my travel and my essential binders. And so we will do that together, I think. Yeah. So I have my essentials broken down here. I did not do a full breakdown of my travel. We'll just wing it with that. All right. Let that off to the side, and then let's move on to our essentials. So these are the essentials that I'll be stuffing today. So I'm going to start with my ash binder here with the first set of my essentials, and I have broken them down so that I can kind of see it a little bit better and understand what's going where. All right, so we're going to move right into the first set of categories. This may be out of order, but that's okay. So let me grab the funds. That's probably important. I left them at the back of the binder so that I would remember to come back to it. And so we have a total of $80. So let's just put that in our cash tray, and then we can pull from it. Do this the proper way. All right, so the first one that comes up that I see is birthday, and that is $10 per icon. And so we'll just color in 1 cupcake, and that will be for $10 according to this. Yes. So $10 going into birthdays, and we'll do that in a 10. Alrighty. And then for the next one, we didn't do household. We'll skip that. We did do self-care. Let's do $5 in that one. give it a 5. Ooh, a better looking 5, I hope. We'll let that dry. So let me go back to self-care. Perfect. We didn't do adventures. We didn't do unexpected. I think we did rainy day. Yes. So for rainy day, we're going to do $10. So each of these icons is worth about 10. And while that's drying, I will go ahead and put self-care back. Should be dry. And then let's mark off rainy day. We've completed that. And we'll add our tracker back. So that one, perfect. I did not do seasonal. I didn't do tax prep. Emergency, definitely. We want to stuff what we can there. So let's do 10 for emergency. Okay. And we will do that. We need to use some of these 5s or some of these 10s. So let's do 5 1s. Use some of these singles. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 in emergency. So that's complete. We're going to do month ahead as well. Go ahead and check that off. And we're going to do $10 in that one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's do a 5. So that's $10 going into month ahead. Perfect. All right, and then next is savings. We're going to do 10 in savings as well. Let's color in our coins. These different coin jars. I'll do that 10 here. And that's in savings. Let's mark that off. Love it. All right, and the next is debt, which is right behind it. We're also going to do 10 for that. I'm just going to do 2 5s. And it looks like we just have one category left. So that's for debt. And then let's see what our last categories are. Oh, we're not done yet. Hold on. Did we do 5 or 10 for self-care? I think we did self-care right. That was early on. Yeah, we only did 5 there. Okay. We just did 10 for debt. Just trying to make sure I got this right because, oh, we have 15 left. Okay, perfect. I was going to say something's not right. So 3 categories that we need to stuff that are going to be, I believe, in my other binder. So let me just verify. Those are bulk items, hygiene, and then vitamins. Yeah, those are going to be the other binder. Let's move towards that. For the rest of my essential savings, All right, so this is the navy blue binder. So for this one, let's do, we have personal hygiene, vitamins, okay, and bulk items. I use bulk items for like Sam's Club. Let's color in the boxes. And we're going to give that 5. This 5 is a little fragile, so let me put that in separately. Awesome. Personal hygiene is going to get 5 also. Let me mark off bulk items and personal hygiene. So we'll color in the little tooth and the toothbrush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Personal hygiene. Alrighty, and then for vitamins, which is our last category that we're going to stuff, that's also going to get 5, which is our last 5 here. We'll color in one icon for that. And that completes our essentials. Perfect. And last but not least, we're going to do our travel. I'm going to remove this tracker or this cash planning breakdown sheet. And we're just going to, let's see, I think we have $55. And again, this money was right out of my cash unstuffing for my minis. And so not a real plan exactly where this is going to go, but we'll figure it out. A lot of the categories in my travel binder are kind of higher denominations. So let's see. We have 5 in souvenirs, and we have road trips, spending money, gas fund, food and drinks, excursions, airline tickets, accommodations, passport funds, trains, buses, and miscellaneous expenses. So I'm going to prioritize souvenirs. Can definitely get 5, I think, and then that'll leave us with 50 to figure out where we're going to put the rest. I'm going to give it 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are some very suspicious ones. All right. Let's do spending money and gas fund. We'll keep it simple. Or should we do... I definitely want to do gas fund, so let's do that. At $10. And I can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'll do these 10 ones into our gas fund. All right, and then we have $20 left. Let's do that in food and drinks. I think that's a priority just because you know you're going to, no matter where you travel, you're going to eat out. And that just simplifies it for us. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Oh, no. Am I doing this right? Because why do I have so much money? Okay. I guess it was more than $55. Let me, I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're going to stuff this money. You know, come to think of it, I was trying to figure out, anyway, that's $20. Because so far we've stuffed 20, 30. So we stuffed 5. That's 15. This brings us to 35. My math is just off today, y'all. 45, 55. Of course. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's been a long day. Okay. All right. So I do need to renew my passport. So I think, yeah. Let's put the last 20 into passport fund. Woo. Oh my gosh. I can't count today. That's crazy. All right. So last 20 goes into passport funds. And that completes our cash stuffing of our travel binder, as well as our cash stuffing for today. Sorry if it was a bit of a fumble or difficult to follow. I hope that it was pretty straightforward. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me for this video. I appreciate you tremendously. I hope that you have a wonderful and prosperous week. I hope that you enjoyed this video and content. Leave me a comment, subscribe, and let me know, and a like, and let me know if you'd like to see anything else and how you felt I did with this cash stuffing. I have not done very many, but I'm trying to pump those out and be more consistent so that I'm a little bit more comfortable with them. But if you have other suggestions, let me know. Thank y'all so much and have a wonderful day. Bye.